Through our teaching, we should be all the way up to the frontiers of knowledge. Through our research, we should push the frontiers of knowledge. Through development of technologies at the cutting edge, through nurturing a spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship, and with a strong commitment to our time-tested value system, we have the opportunity to nurture individuals who can be important part of people who can shape the destiny of our nation. We all must resolve to make that happen through our respective pursuits of scholarship, research, and engagement with the society and industry around. I strongly believe that for students in the higher education system to be fully equipped to be able to effectively engage with development and growth processes in the society, the nation and the world at large, we must pay simultaneous attention to multiple layers of learning. These layers include: 1. Learning all the way up to the frontiers of knowledge in chosen subjects in an ambience of research that continuously pushes those frontiers forward, those knowledge frontiers forward. 2. Gaining proficiency and hands-on skills in procedural knowledge related to chosen areas of new creation, services, and other socio-economic and cultural activities. And 3. Engagement with the society and environment in the context of learning being pursued and exposure to basic human values. Unfortunately, today our education institutions do not provide a comprehensive ambience for all these layers of learning. In addition, we have barriers for students to benefit from a holistic learning experience through participation in all three layers simultaneously. A time-tested way to facilitate a holistic learning experience is to link imparting of knowledge with socially useful, productive work in our education institutions. Through this mode, the education domain can simultaneously contribute to capable human resource as well as to new inputs for our society as well as our industry, and this can happen through three different things. 1. New innovations based on latest knowledge acquisitions ahead of others. This would create a superior edge for our country in terms of new products and processes, giving us a competitive edge in the global market. 2. Linking knowledge institutions to ongoing socio-economic activities in business or industrial entities to overcome obsolescence issues and to maintain / regain their competitiveness. And 3. Explore issues of development of strata at or near the base of socio-economic pyramid and devise as well as implement solutions to minimize disparities in our society. I do believe that linking education and development this way would significantly enrich higher education while at the same time paving the way for development on a more sound footing in a bottom-up mode. I had an opportunity to be a part of the group that was tasked by Government of Maharashtra to look at higher and technical education domain in the state. We have come up with a comprehensive report that I truly believe should help in moving forward in the right direction. I would like to remain an optimist and would hope that the recommendations would see the light of the day sooner than later. As a part of facilitating undergraduate science education in an ambience of high-level research, I would like to specially mention the work of DAE Mumbai University Center of Excellence in Basic Sciences. The center has been very successful in demonstrating high level of excellence in undergraduate science education in an existing university setup through a collaborative exercise between the university and the proximate relevant resource institutions. All students coming out of this program have continued to be in high-level research and development activities. As compared to ISERs, the Indian Institutions of Science, Education and Research, this model needs much lower financial investment. More importantly, it positively impacts on an existing university, and I do believe that replicating this model in other universities would be a worthwhile exercise. As a part of activities of the Rajiv Gandhi Science and Technology Commission, a state-level commission to take scientific research to bear on the development process, we have recently announced a scheme that enables the state universities to nurture and support smaller research and development projects in colleges and university departments by themselves. Another internship scheme facilitates engineering college students to work with micro, small and medium enterprises to identify and solve their technology problems. In this context, I would like to mention about an experiment that is being pursued at an engineering college at Gopalpur near Pandharpur. A few centers that demonstrate new technologies sourced, in this case from BAR and other laboratories, with potential benefit for rural areas, have been set up in villages around the college. These centers, called Akruti, acronym for Advanced Knowledge-Based Rural Technology Initiative, are linked to the college for their human resource development as well as technology needs. In turn, Akrutis facilitate dissemination of technology, skills and applications to their respective neighborhood. The college is also a host to a National Knowledge Network node that is linked to 5 schools within a distance of 15 to 20 kilometers through a low-cost wireless broadband connectivity. This communication backbone with a low-cost tablet that brings in a much broader and much enriched content in the hands of school students and their teachers enables the discourse in the class to be converted to a flipped classroom. The teachers can be freed from the burden of several evaluation and administrative aspects and focus more on engaging with the students. The impact of ICT